Hey there, boys and girls. We're going to be doing the Scorn of the Lich with Elena. This one's by request from Wind Reaver 256. We need to do fire and light damage 2 times or more, use no items, and defeat the boss within 30 turns. So, he told me he had most healers and tanks in the game, and of course he's got Elena. And I asked him if he had Nethicite. He said he did, so we're going to go off that information. He also said his tanks have around 18,000 hit points. So I tried to get, as close as I could to that. I tried to, scale back the gear as much as possible, while maintaining, obviously, survivability. As you can see, Sieghart, he's got 20k hit points, 1400 defense. Most of this stuff was attainable over the period of time the longer you play the game. Obviously, he's got his own Trustmaster on. Other than that, this is basically non-Trustmaster gear, except for maybe Moogle plushie. Let's see. We got Sacred Shield Charlotte. She's amazing. She's one of the best units, probably one of the top 5 units in the game. She's going to be our magic tank. Because we're going to be doing holy damage, since we're using Elena, we have to be mindful of the dark resist. You need to have it at around 175, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but you do need to be able to get your fire, ice, and lightning to at least 100% after buffs. Other than that, I just ran her with hit points and defense and spirit. Again, I tried to say around 18,000 like he said. Then we got Fina. Fina could be interchanged for Myra with this one. Really, all we need is a healer that can give us an imperil and, do some light healing. We're not overly concerned about the status effects during the fight, the silence and stuff like that. That's why I chose to use Fina. Plus, she just got her enhancement, so I figured we'd take her out for a test drive. And I put the Arc Arcana on her so she could do some fire damage. Other than that, just a little bit of hit points and spirit. And I left a couple slots blank. I was trying to scale, like I said, this back as much as possible. I'm using Summer, Fina, and Lid. I love this unit. This is one of my favorite units in the game as well. I think any breaker works in this clear. I really like Lid, Summer, Fina, and Lid because they've got the heals that they can do in addition to the breaks. Just a little bit of LB stuff and some resistances. My Elena, now I tricked my Elena out for this, and Wind Reaver, if you don't have an Elena this strong to use, leave me your friend code and I'll add you up and you can take my Elena on your clear. Put her on Phoenix for the Undead Killer, and I put one form of Undead Killer on her. And Grolix was very kind in setting us up another Elena. He put the Undead Killer on. I told him not to, really trick his Elena out. So he scaled back the stats. I feel like this is a very attainable Elena friend to have. Of course, the major thing is having it on Phoenix and having some Undead Killer on. That's really the big thing for how we're going to be going about doing this. All right, let's get into the fight. So everybody should remember we got the preemptive attack. He does a silence that we have to deal with. Again, once Fina has been enhanced with her latent abilities and stuff like that, she gets a really nifty dual cast, so she's not as reliant on her spells to get things done. Alrighty, so turn 1 with Fid, we're going to do an LB fill buff. We're going to use Ultimate Siesta. I don't need the re-raise portion of this. I just wanted the break. That's why I said pretty much any other breaker would work. And then Charlotte's going to magic cover. And we're going to have Fina dual cast Prime Heal. That's going to remove the silence and Divine Veil. Like I said, I enhanced Fina fully, so this is going to give us an all stat buff. It's going to give us 50% to all resist. And Sieghart is going to get Manufactured Nethicite ready. Always remember to cast Manufactured Nethicite at the end of your turn. Don't cast it in the middle, because you'll be clicking on stuff and then you'll cancel out a spell that you wanted to get out and it'll be bad. And with the Elenas, we're going to dual cast the Holy Imbue and one of her cooldowns, the Way of the Aurora. So, get that out. And then, like I said, we'll use the Manufactured Nethicite. He's going to do the Bone Blast, single target stuff, and at the end of his turn, he's going to do the Death Attack. That's the reason we use the Nethicite. And that's all Sieghart's going to do this whole shebang. He's just going to use Nethicite over and over and over again. And as you can see, with good breaks, Charlotte didn't really take that much damage here. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and get our Limit Burst out. And remember, with this boss, if you kill the main body, you can still finish your turn out before doing something else. Alrighty, and then with Fina, I'm going to dual cast Fire. That's 1. And I'm going to put a re-res on Sieghart. You really don't need it, but I feel like it's nice to have that in your back pocket. And with Fid, again, I'm doing this just to be on the safe side. I want to use Stop Resist, because if you're hitting the boss with Holy and you don't one-shot one of the phases, he can use Stop on you. So we're going to take care of that here. Sieghart's going to use Nethicite again. Charlotte really don't have anything going on. We'll just use Knight's Command with her. Alright, now we can actually get into Elena's real damage rotation. We use Speed of Light and Blade Crystal ×3. And because we have a new body, we have no Imperil, but that's okay. Charlotte's got that covered with Holy Slash. Then we'll chain our Elenas off. Damn. OP. And we'll get Fid to throw us out of heal. Pop all of our units off. And then Fina is going to dual cast Fire. And like I said, if you don't bring Fid and you brought like a regular breaker, cast a heal here. I'm just going to put another re-raise out, because why not? And get Manufactured Nethicite ready. Alright, so on your turn 3, we need another Holy Imperil. So we'll get that with Fina, our Limit Burst. And then we'll just reload our Blade Crystals. Send them off. That was close. That's okay. We'll put a break on the boss. Charlotte will use her mitigation. And Sieghart will use his Nethicite. And if we use the stronger Elena friend, and not that Grolix didn't set up a very nice Elena, that was a fantastic friend unit, we would have got the one shot there. I just wanted to kind of keep this in bounds for everybody else doing this. And because we pushed the thresholds, we should get 2 death attacks here. We got the one at the start that we Nethicite, and then the second one is from the re-raise. And again, if you don't push the boss that far, you know, when you're doing this, you know, your tank's upright and you're still good to go. So it's pretty much time to just do your victory dance. If you need to get another fire spell in, there you go. Chain, boss is dead. That's kind of weird. I don't think our reload worked properly on that, but it don't matter. We had it. So yeah, there's my version of Lich. Like I said, I felt like the Elena that Grolix built is pretty attainable for lots of players. And like I said, Windreaver, if you can't find a friend unit set that well, leave me your friend code. I'll add you up, and we'll get you this trial cleared one way or another. I hope you liked the video. Have a good rest of the week. Toodaloo.